Hello everyone, this is Chris in what appears to be a dark foreboding cave, here to talk about Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Zelda, for most it's just one giant nostalgia trip, but we're here to look a little closer at it. And we're not going to go through the entire game, turning over every single rock, find every single item, and get every single rupee. No, we're here to look at level design. If you don't know what level design is in a video game, go look it up. I can wait. Good to go? Alright, now we can look at few areas in Skyward Sword a little more closely and see what the level design really has to offer. For those of you who don't know, the world of Skyward Sword is divided into three main sections. In this video though, we're only going to focus on two of them. Faron Woods, here, and Eldin Volcano, there. We're just going to leave that desert over there to sort of do its own thing. Alright, with the introduction laid out, where should we start? How about the forest? Just because. There it is, Faron Woods in all of its impressionist splendor. The artwork is impressive, but this picture really doesn't give us any feel for the actual level design. Luckily, looking at the in-game map will allow us to strip out all of these distractions and get a closer look at how the level actually functions on the ground. Much better. The most interesting feature of this map is the overlap between the different paths. Many areas are accessible from more than one way. This helps reduce the feeling of following a linear path. The movement from one part of the map to another is not very restricted, so point A to point B can have a few intervening steps that the player gets to choose, instead of being forced into. It was this feeling of having options that actually brought me back to Faron Woods a couple of times during my playthrough of Skyward Sword. In fact, it was the only area that I just went back to explore in for no better reason. I think there might have been some bird catching going on, but that's not. I honestly think a lot of the non-linearity in this part of the game can be attributed to these little guys. These strange little plant animals are scattered throughout the forest, and you have to find 5 of them. But you can do this in pretty much any order really, and you don't need any special items to do it. Because of this design, Faron Woods kind of had to be open, had to be easy to explore. Alright, so there's our brief look at the forest. Its nice intermeshing level design just sort of made it perfect for exploration. It was a bit more open-ended, then it was honestly a pretty well-designed little area, the particular segment I was focusing on. Alright. Now it's time to move on to a bit of a counterpoint that's also present in Skyward Sword, and that is Eldin Volcano. Yeah, thanks a lot, Fee. Couldn't quite tell. I'd like to preface this by saying there's nothing wrong with this particular level design. It's just very different than the last one. It doesn't lend itself to nearly as much exploration or open-ended gameplay. Alright, start by taking a look at the map just like last time. Alright, at first glance this map probably seems like a big confusing mess with all the different things going off in different directions, the lava and the sand and the bricks. But really, when you break it down and look at where you can actually go, it is quite a simple map. Unlike the last one, I can actually easily map out the directions that you can go on this map. There are even a few places where you can only go in exactly one direction. The first sign that there could be something a little bit off with the level is that there are a number of shortcuts throughout this area that take out sections of the map that the developers obviously thought you wouldn't want to play multiple times. Sure, it makes sense in the grand scheme of things for this level to be quite restricted. There is, after all, dangerous lava everywhere, and well, it will catch you on fire if you go off the designated paths. But that doesn't help this area's replayability. The linear nature means that once you've gone through it one time, you've seen all the directions you can go and all the places that you can get to, really. The lack of options just doesn't make you want to come back to this area. Is it fun on the first time through? Yeah, it is fun on the first time through. But every time after that, it just gets trying and feels like a chore. So for me, Faron Woods is by far the better map. It's fun the first time through, and it's fun for several times after that. Honestly, the desert suffers from many of the same problems as Eldin Volcano. They're both fun on the first time through, but they really don't invite adventuring. And adventuring is kinda Zelda's thing. Well, thanks for indulging me, guys. I'm sure most of your attention spans are quickly reaching this turning point. Hopefully now you'll take a little bit more time to appreciate the level design in the games you play, so that you can know what's fun and why it's fun. Thanks, guys.